the shit last. Burning down to the wake up call, to the sun grows cold, to the making it down. Judgment is what they find, that's so deep out, just to ease your conscience. I'm cracking your prostate, you find why I can't run. Why? It's not dark, just what's the cause, we run.
Everything I did for her, she kept taking me for granted and showed no mercy in fading me away. But that time...
The number you have dialed has been changed. The new number is... Please note. Please note.
Never gonna stop, never gonna change, never gonna do the things you say. I run my own way to get there. Pulls a coin in the eye, seem to care. In the air, no more crowd, just the opposite kind of few clouds. So tell me this time is coming, for the sake of all your lies. Why don't you try to be wise? Now that I need you, why?
Hey everybody, it's Thursday night, and you know what that means. It's party time right here on Fusion. We're the Video Bros. I'm Bobby Munson. Right beside me, you know him, the man with the angelic voice. He is Mr. Papa Smokes. Papa Smokes, how you doing, sir?
Munson, I'm doing awesome. And how are all my wrestling people doing out there?
Hopefully everybody's doing great, having a great old time. And you know what? 1 + 1 + 1 = 3. Welcome to our very
Oh, my man here.
Oh, my yay.
Yeah.
Oh, my yay. Fight
Suplex
Club
Assassin.
captain in the building. Let's go.
Yeah. Outside, we got you on the show, and we're talking as far as tapings and airings go right now. The current MLW National Openweight Champion, Mr. Alex Kane. Thank you for joining us here on Fusion. It is an absolute honor to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm excited. I like you guys' energy. I also like the music that y'all have coming into the show. I'm gonna need to get the artist and the name of the song after the interview.
You bet. I'll give a shout out right now. It's Nick Ira is the name of the artist, but I could definitely give you some links to his music there. He's a wonderful gentleman that makes music that is absolutely free to use, copyright free, so that people can use this to sound a lot more badass when they're doing their intros, just like we do right here on Fusion. And saying hello to some of our friends in the comment section. We got Baster69, Ryan, my man. Good evening, boys, he says. And then, of course, my brunch buster brother right there, Chris Parrish, joining us. What up, brothers? I'm glad you guys could join us. Get your questions in for Mr. Alex Kane as we are here. Well. Yeah, you bet. Ask away, everybody. But first, I just want to say number 86 on the top 500 singles wrestlers on the PWI 2022 this year. Large jump from the 414 that you made last year in such a small period of time.
Yeah.
Meg, first of all, congratulations. That is big.
Thank you. Man, honestly, I didn't think I was going to be on the list. And I think that has a lot to do with, like, playing myself down. But when I saw it, like, I was just like, whoa, top 100 in the world. Okay. All right. I'm really, doing the damn thing out here. It was really, really dope to see.
Yeah. Well, I was going back and doing a little bit of reading, and you have made just a real small start to your professional wrestling career so far, if I'm not mistaken, working a little bit with Paradigm Pro prior to joining MLW. But it wasn't a long time that you did that prior to making your debut with MLW. So you're kind of still in the infancy of your career. But if I'm not mistaken, undefeated in singles competition. Thus far.
Yes, yes, undefeated in singles competition. Your boy, take no L's, but all I do is give out this work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, kicking ass and taking names. That's what it's all about.
Exactly.
Papas, folks, I know you're itching to get your questions in, man.
Yeah, you made a big splash, Alex, when you started in MLW, and there seemed to be like an energy and a vibe around you right off the bat. The fans, as far as I could tell, recognize a badass when they see one. What do you attribute to this? Do you try and have a connection with the fans when you get in the ring, even though you're not very polite to the fans? You resonate with them, I think. What can you say about that?
Man, I try to be, what I grew up seeing. Like, I mean, even though like sometimes I'm not, like you said, I'm not the nicest to the people watching or people in the arena. I do definitely talk my shit, but I try to be as larger than life as I possibly can be. I mean, I'm a big guy, but I'm not a big guy. So I try to make up for that with, using my personality, and just like my body language and stuff. Cause, I did have a problem like in like the first year of my career with like making myself small and not really like being expressive. So I try to be as expressive as I possibly can, be out there every time, to do my part in like getting the fans into it. Now, if they don't come along, sometimes they just don't come along. But I'm gonna do everything in my power to get you on the train.
And again, we got a couple more shout outs here. Shout out to Cloud joining us here. Hey, have a great show. Thank you for joining in. And Lowly joining us as well, too, saying hi, guys. Thank you as well for joining in. Make sure you get your questions in for Mr. Alex Kane, the leader of the Beaumaye Fight Club. And I want to talk a little bit about the Beaumaye Fight Club for a minute. This kind of started when you brought Mr. Thomas on board. We saw in action. Mr. Thomas, relatively an unknown as far as we could tell, but a very intimidating man there to back you up. How did this partnership come about, and where do you see this going for you guys?
Let's see. So I watched a little bit of his stuff in Shakara. He used to be Blaster McMassive, and I've always thought that look was cool, and I always thought that he was cool. And since Mo kind of left my side unexpectedly. I needed some muscle or whatever. I needed it, but do I really need it? No. Because me and Thomas always joke like, you don't need me as muscle, but you have me anyway. This is kind of overkill. And I'm like, it is kind of overkill, but it's kind of obnoxious in a way, and I think people have caught on to that, and that makes them hate us just that much more.
This is true. You just had another join to the
The young GOAT, the greatest
sir.
middleweight champion to ever exist in the history of the world and the history of MLW. The young GOAT, Myron Reed. Yes, outside of Thomas, he was my number one get. He was my number one get. I like his energy. I've known Myron for a little bit. We've always clicked. So I definitely had to get him when I had my chance.
Yeah, what a great get too. And like you said, the greatest middleweight champion, 3-time middleweight champion, the only one to hold the title, both, not just that title, but any title within MLW on more than one occasion. Mm-hmm. Myron Reed has been, a strong presence with MLW for quite a few years now. What a find, what a get. The three of you make a badass team. But I got to ask, will we be seeing any more additions to the Beaumaye Fight Club coming up with the new season?
I'm always looking, but I'm not dropping any gems.
Okay,
I'm not dropping
all right.
gems. Just know the eyes are always open.
I wouldn't be doing my job.
I see a lot, not a lot impressed, but when that one does impress, you will see them. You'll see them in a jacket.
Fair enough. Yeah, had to do my job, had to ask, of course. But Papa's folks, let's pick your brain for a minute.
Well, yeah, you were just talking about adding Myron Reed to the Beaumaye Fight Club. before that, you had entertained ideas of maybe getting Calvin Tankman in there, but obviously Crybaby Calvin wasn't having it. What did you see in him, and how has it been since then? I know you guys had a couple of dust ups, and you injured him at least once.
Calvin's a beast. Like I can't take that away from him. Calvin's a beast. He's an athletic monster. He is one of a kind. And that's kind of what I saw in him. I saw if he would have joined the Boomerang Fight Club, like we would have been extra dominant. But Calvin thought that he was bigger than a team, bigger than the Boomerang Fight Club. And with that disrespect, I had to deliver the consequences. Um, but now I see Calvin as a peasant. I see him as beneath me here in MLW.
I mean, there's always that opportunity to say drive a wedge between him and his tag team partner there. I mean,
Man,
the
I'm
judge,
definitely going to drive that wedge. I started a little bit in Texas. But I mean, Calvin's a crybaby, but Calvin's not stupid. I mean, I guess he kind of is.
well, if he crosses you, then I mean, you got a question.
Pretty stupid decision.
That's right. Yeah.
But letting EJ Nduka with his dealings with Caesar. I mean, you guys saw the Rolex on his wrist. Like,
Oh yeah.
like he's in some murky waters. So hopefully Calvin sees that and distance himself from EJ Nduka, because that dude is nothing but trouble.
That's true. That's true. So we're talking about what you do have coming up. A big announcement from MLW on October the 30th. It is going to be Fightland. You are going to be teaming up. It's the Beaumaye Fight Club yourself, Myron Reed and Mr. Thomas, taking on the returning Davey Boy Smith Jr. and the debut of the Billington Bulldogs. A lot of family legacy on that side of the ring. Tell me, what do you got in mind coming up for, again, a living legend in Davey Boy Smith Jr., especially in an MLW ring, and a couple of young upstarters that are going to try to make a name for themselves.
Man, I don't watch some of the Billington Bulldog stuff. I mean, they all right. They're not anything impressive. And then Davey Boy Smith. I mean, I've been watching him on TV for years, but again, he's still not impressive to me, to the Boomerang Fight Club. Our standard is way up here. We gonna get in there. It's gonna be a battle. It's definitely gonna be a battle, but we gonna come out on top, because that's what we do. Domination, baby.
Beautiful. Bob Smokes, over to you again, sir.
Yeah. Well, talking about tag team wrestling, we've also on this podcast been talking about families and family legacies in wrestling. There's a certain amount of representation of that in MLW, including the Von Erich boys, including the Samoan SWAT team. We just spoke with Lance Anawai last week, and now the Billington Bulldogs. There's all kinds of families with roots in wrestling. And in this tag team division, how do you think you guys fit in there? Is the Bombe Fight Club a little bit like a family? And what are your goals in this tag team division?
Yeah, kind of. There's some family aspects. There's Billington Fight Club's a brotherhood. It's a brotherhood, definitely. With most fight teams, they are. You're training together. You're going through it. You're getting gritty. So there's definitely some brotherhood there. I'm looking to dominate every division, especially the tag division. That's really where we're cooking right now. While I'm dominating the national open weight division, which is really everybody, but within the tag division, we're coming for the tag belts, most definitely. We're shooting for the top always.
Awesome. Speaking of shooting for the top, you mentioned the National Openweight Championship, a belt that you won at the War Chamber tapings happened a little while back, that 5-way ladder match. You were already on a roll. What did it feel like to go out there that night and be able to be crowned only the second ever National Openweight Champion in MLW?
Man, it was that moment to where, like, I knew, like, I wasn't just like trying to like prove myself, but I was like, I'm the guy. Like, Hammerstone may be world champion, and that's cool, great, and awesome. He is what it is. But like to be this young in my career, that young in taping, because I only had 2 other matches in MLW before that. Well, 3 if you want to count the battle riot. But like for the office and court and everybody else to believe in me like that, like I know that I'm here to stay. I know that I'm a major player. So that was definitely a surreal moment for me, especially when I got up to the on top of the ladder and I pulled the belt down. I'm like, man, I really just did that.
Oh, it was a wonderful moment. Speaking of which, I mean, you made a big impact upon debuting in MLW, becoming an instant standby in the Opera Cup tournament, something that never manifested, never that opportunity. But the mystery's still out there about what happened to the Opera Cup.
I can't tell
Any,
y'all nothing. I
you
ain't
got
seen it.
nothing?
I ain't seen it. I don't know what's going on with that. I guess Davey, along with Davey, running for me all the time. I guess he lost the Opera Cup in the process too. He's got really really bad butterfingers. You need to wash his hands or something.
Well, we'll make sure to pass on that message, hopefully, because
Please,
we don't
do.
want such a prestigious cup to be lost. Because I'm sure
See,
the opportunity for Alex Kane to be the next Opera Cup champion is right around the corner.
hey, you definitely right. Hammerstone, watch out, bud.
He's got competition coming his way. Over to you once again, Pop Smokes.
Yeah, keeping with the tag team thing, you guys have 3 members of your fight club, and tag teams have 2 guys. Are you ever going to use that Freebird rule to try and confuse your opponents a bit? Maybe have all 3 guys come out to the ring, but leave it unsure as to who's going to wrestle in the match?
Nah. I don't think Bootleg Fight Club's got to play with trickery like that. You gonna know who's stepping in there with you or whatever. Because no matter who steps in there with you, you gonna get hurt, you gonna get murked, and you gonna lose. And that is what it is.
There you go. Anything else there from you there, Papa Smokes?
Yeah, I'm still thinking about tag team divisions. If you could make it through, say, the Von Erichs and the Samoan SWAT team and Billington Bulldogs and a few
If
other
I
teams.
could make it through, when I make it through. Okay, continue your question.
I have every faith in you for sure. But getting to a title shot, how then would you attack Tankman and Nduka? This is a team of 2 huge, heavy guys. It's going to take a lot of strategy to win that championship match.
Well, we already have a pretty good laid out strategy on Tankman. We have Tankman's number. We've had his number every single time. So he's figured out EJ is just a big, bouldering, slow. He's a wannabe at this point, dog. He really is. Like he looks like money, but does he really move like money? No. And we'll probably do the same thing we did to Calvin to him. You know, he top heavy. Take out them legs, he can't do nothing. I mean, we mixed it up before, and I beat his ass. So that's what I'm gonna do again. I'm gonna beat his ass. Blind him. I'll blind him. We blinded him, but I'm gonna blind him. Yeah, I'm gonna beat his ass.
Sounds like a lot of ass kicking coming your way. So it was announced MLW is making a return. This is going to be to Pro Wrestling TV. So again, everybody go sign up to Pro Wrestling TV. It's just as free as YouTube. And if you're going to complain about free wrestling, you're a terrible person.
Exactly.
But that's right. So free wrestling, go sign up. Pro Wrestling TV coming back November the 4th. The Battle Riot 4. Right there, Alex Kane. You're in that Battle Riot. I know you're gunning for that title opportunity. You've been saying it before. Alex Hammerstone needs to watch himself. He's got that big ass target right on his back. And I mean, you took one of his previous belts. I'm sure the other one not too far off.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. I'm right around the corner on that World Heavyweight Championship. I'm right around the corner. Hammerstone don't even know I'm right around the corner, but I am. I'm sneaking up on him.
Can't wait to be able to watch that again November the 4th. Everybody, Pro Wrestling TV, check that out. The Battle Riot 4 are going to be debuting right there on that channel, as well as being the intro to the new season of Fusion that we're so looking forward to. Papa Smokes, I know you got at least a couple more here.
Yeah, I do. I wanted to ask you, I ask a lot of our guests about your training. I've seen a couple of your videos on Twitter where you're hitting some heavy deadlifts. What kinds of other training do you do in terms of preparation for professional wrestling?
I got into Olympic lifting, which has been it's been fun. It's also been extremely challenging. So like snatching, clean and jerk. So that's really changed like my body. It's changed like my cardio, my in-ring performance and all that. Like I don't even like think about being gassed anymore, which is nice. And then like I've started doing more like kettlebell work because it's really like universal and it's really like functional. So that's really like how I prepare, and then like I'll get in the ring with like some of the younger guys at the WWA 4, which is where I was trained by AR Fox. Um, and I'll throw some suplexes, try to find some new different ways to manipulate the body to throw people a different way. But that's really all my preparation.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Got our first question coming in from the people watching here tonight. This is Mr. Ed Fries wants to know, how can MLW get more of a name in the wrestling sphere? Because the talent is definitely there. Alex Kane, how can MLW get more notoriety out there?
I think a bigger national television deal. Like if we could maybe if we could secure a deal with like some major network. Like I mean, Pro Wrestling TV's big or whatever. That's I'm definitely gonna get our name out there. But like something on like a national television type deal. I think that'll get our name out there more because I definitely have the talent.
Yeah, and it would be nice to be able to get to see some of the live capacity as well too. I know that some of that was done previously when
Mhm.
the deals with BN Sports were happening and some of the the big cards were happening live on TV. It's wonderful to see, and again, I'd like to see that happen once again for MLW. You know, we've been rooting for MLW for quite a long time now. We want to see you guys be able to grow and become
Mhm.
that more national known wrestling company, because again, the best part about Fusion is talent from all over the world coming together to put on a display. Again, not everything is someone's cup of tea, but I
Mhm.
bet you we can find something for everybody over in MLW.
Most definitely, most definitely. We got every style, every style filled. Like there really isn't anything for you to hate there. And even with all the styles filled, we still got some like comedy stuff in there for y'all to laugh at, like Crybaby Calvin.
That's good. That's good comedy right there. Yeah, in fact we were gutting for a Crybaby Calvin sponsorship right here on the show at one point. Would have
That
been
would be
fun.
dope.
Papa Smokes, heading on over to you once again.
I was just going to say, I think Bobby Munson and I both started watching MLW maybe around 3 years ago because I know I'm old school as hell. I don't really like the way the business has gone in some ways these days. So I was looking for a show that was a little bit of a throwback, and this was the show for me. It also had the fusion. It had some lucha. It had some Japanese style. It has American style, and then wrestlers from various places around the world. This is what we always say. It has a flavor because you can see some British style grappling. You can see some lucha and all that stuff. It kind of has everything on one show. That's what drew me to MLW.
It's really like if the UFC was like actually pro wrestling. That's kind of how I see it. That's how the
Yeah,
presentation is.
yeah.
Um, the big saying around MLW is styles make fights, and like that's really the beauty of it. Like, there's no. I'm trying to figure out how to say this. Like we're not just carbon copies of each other. Like we're all different. So you always get like a different feel in each match that goes on.
Yeah. And we got one more question coming in from Mr. Ed Fries. I wants to know, do you think wrestlers can better use things such as TikTok to make more of a name for themselves in the ever-changing social media world?
Yeah, I'm on TikTok at the Suplex Assassin. I post. I'm really myself on there. I'm myself outside of the ring on there. I do post some wrestling stuff on there, but like I'm really just being myself, having a good time. Also giving wrestling fans a reality check because that they greatly sometimes need. But I mean, I have a good time on there, so definitely follow me on TikTok.
Awesome, awesome. Outside of pro wrestling, I got to know what do you do to unwind? What kind of other activities does Alex Kane do in a daily?
What is this unwinding thing that you talk
Yeah,
about?
yeah. Oh, you know, yeah, it's all
I'm a
wrestling.
ball of anxiety. I'm a ball of no. I normally watch. I used to play a lot of video games, but like, there's nothing really that I enjoy right now. So like, mainly it's either like playing like games on my phone. Scrolling through TikTok is actually is actually a great stress reliever until you roll up on something that's like infuriating. And then like watching movies and like TV shows with my wife is very very relaxing. Spending time with her, she's my best friend.
Yeah, that's the way it's got to be. Papa Smokes, anything else you got?
One more quick fun question. How many suplexes do you think you have, and what is your most favored one?
I'm actually up to like 130 at this point, but my favorite one, because originally it was 100 suplexes, but I found new ways to manipulate the body, new heights to go through to throw people. But my favorite one has to be my finisher, the Mark of Cain. It's a cravat leg hook, and it just looks gross. That's really the move that put me on the map. I did Paradigm Pro Wrestling's Grand Prix. It was the one that it was Matthew Justice versus Dan Severn. It was that show, and that was
Nice.
my debut for Paradigm. And I hit that move on this guy named Levi Everett, and like everybody on Twitter was like, "Did he just kill Levi?" And I was like, "Yeah, I murdered that man."
Well, you definitely got a reputation that goes along with it, but it's making a
I live
name
up
for
to the
yourself
name.
in a very short
I
period
told
of
y'all I
time.
was a suplex assassin, and I show y'all every week that I am who I say I am.
And making that mark and going for the gold. And we love to see it. You got all the support here from all of us and all of our viewing audience all the time. We're going to keep spreading the word, not only of MLW, but of the Beaumaye Fight Club and of Alex Kane as well,
Boomaye,
too.
Boomaye,
Oh,
Boomaye.
yeah.
Awesome. But before we go, I just want to give you the opportunity to let everybody know, you mentioned about your TikTok, but where else can they follow you on the social media or anything else you want to plug that you got coming up?
Follow me on Instagram. Let me make sure I know what my handle is because I don't get on there that often. Hold on. I need to get on there more. Really. Also at the Suplex Assassin on Instagram, Alex_Kane11 on Twitter, TikTok Suplex Assassin, like we already said. If you're a booker and you're trying to do business, you can find me on Facebook at Alex Kane. Other than that, don't add me. I have like 150 friend requests, and I'm not going through them.
Perfect. Sounds good. Well, we really do appreciate you joining us here today. It has been an awesome time, an absolute honor. And again, anytime you want to come join us, plug anything you got coming up, you know where to find us. Thank you so much for your time today. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you. You guys have a great night.
You bet. Beaumaye.
Thanks,
Beaumaye.
Alex.
Boomaye, Boomaye, Boomaye.
All right, there we go. And that was awesome interview with the Suplex Assassin Alex Kane. And yes, Baster saying thanks for stopping in, Alex. Papa Smokes, I more than ever now. I'm fucking excited. We've got the debut of Fusion coming up, MLW's Battle Riot coming up. The Suplex Assassin sounds fired up. I mean, if I were Alex Kane, I would be watching out. If I were a Hammerstone, I'd be watching out at this time because I'm putting Alex Kane to the top of my list, who I think might walk out of that, the victor of the Battle Riot number 4.
Oh, he sounds so energetic and with such positivity. What a thrill to meet him and talk to him. What an excellent guy. He radiates positivity and energy. I don't think there's anything Alex Kane couldn't do.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully, sometime down the line, he'll be able to make his way up to Canada, and who knows, maybe we can reach out an invitation, get him out to the western part of Canada here, and get to see the Suplex Assassin kick some ass all over Canada. I mean, there would be some great competition I would love to see from the Western Canadian wrestlers to take on that man right there.
That's a great dream, Munson. I hope we can make it reality because to have the part of the Beaumaye Fight Club way up here in Saskatoon would be an intense thrill.
It sure would. And speaking of making things a reality, Papa Smokes, things are becoming a reality as of next week. Yes, we will be bringing not only our show right here, Fusion, but also pre-taped episodes of Ring Respect Radio and a new show that we have coming up as well, too, over to OLE Podcasts. You can see right in the top right, top corner, left-hand corner there, just above myself, you can see the logo. That is our local establishment, OLE Pods. You can check them out. And you can also check out our good friends over at Rogue Energy. We are a Rogue affiliate, as you can see just above Papa Smokes there. You can scan that QR code right there. Or, hey, maybe you're just not the scannable type person. You want to go type it in the old school way. Well, guess what? We got you covered because that's what we do here on Thursday nights. Right down below, you'll see that scrolling text right there. That is the link to get on over to Rogue Energy. You can use the promo code OLE Pods for 10% off of your order. Rogue Energy is the alternative to the energy drinks you find in the stores these days. If you're a late night streamer or just a party animal on a Thursday night, you might want to head on over and check out some of the great, amazing flavors from our friends over at Rogue Energy. sugar-free, low calorie, vegan friendly. These guys have it all. Go check out Rogue Energy for all your late night party needs when it comes to streaming. Papa Smokes. Let's talk about another thing that we're having happen here. I mentioned it a little bit before. OLE, this is big news. So we're bringing our shows over to OLE. This is a vision that we've had for a little while with a great team of people that are going to be, working to bring shows not only pro wrestling based, but based in all sorts of different aspects. Just a lot of great things that we can do, and it's coming up this Monday night, Bob Smokes. I know we're both excited. I mean, I am for sure. I hope your excitement levels right
Of
up
course.
there. Yeah, so Ole is going to be debuting, and just to fire you up a little bit, guys, here's the video. And I know most of you are wrestling fans, and that's why you're here right now. But again, OLE is not just about the pro wrestling. And in fact, on the Monday, our very first show that is debuting is a wonderful new program called Para Mindful, about all things that go bump in the night, a little bit of the macabre, the horror, and stuff like that. Man, Papa Smokes, I'm stoked for this particular show. I think this is going to be a huge hit. I can't wait to watch it. This is the kind of stuff I like watching. I really enjoy this kind of stuff. So I'm excited to see people that we have worked with, closely know, get to go out there and start talking about some of this awesome stuff.
Now, this is an area I also have an interest in as well. Things that are spooky, things that can't be explained, things that maybe have to do with one side of the world crossing over with like an unknown side that's on the other side that we might suspect is there, but we can't prove and we can't tell for real. This is all fascinating to me, so I'm going to be a avid listener of Paramindful, and looking forward to the show, looking forward to our local establishment opening its doors.
Yeah, go on over and start following our local establishment on Twitch and on all the socials immediately. Get yourself prepared because, yes, it will drop on Monday night, Paramindful. Definitely looking forward to checking that out. Other shows that we can expect to see on OLE, on Tuesday nights. We know that he was in the comments here earlier and on the comments just now, thanking us for the plug on Paramindful. We're talking about our good friend Carl Carafel, who is going to be bringing the Turnbuckle Talk on Tuesday nights over to OLE, as well as being able to find that over at Turnbuckle Studios. So go check out Turnbuckle Studios on YouTube, on Twitch, give them a follow and all that kind of great stuff as well too. Carl's going to be bringing that love there. And also earlier in the chat, we saw our good friend Chris Parrish, who also has Astrid also in the chat there by his side, giving us the NXT rundown on Tuesday nights with Taking Over. That is going to be an excellent show. We know that there's a lot of other programming, including our own and Busting Out from Sundays, going to be on there. I am going to be bringing the Bravado over to there, doing music, movie, and all things pop culture reviews every once in a while with you guys as well too. So it's going to be great. Hopefully everybody tunes in, and hopefully, if you have some ideas for shows or you want to be a guest on any of the shows on OLE, make sure to reach out to all of us that are involved, because we're all one big community. That's what OLE is all about. It's one community supporting everybody and doing what we can to get everybody to that next level. So we are very excited about this opportunity starting this coming Monday, the 24th. Check out our local establishment. Papa Smokes, after we go off the air here tonight, which is going to be pretty quick, we have another interview lined up. This one we tried to connect with last week, but just due to some, just due to a few things. You know what? Yes, you know what? Before we say this, yes, Ed has a new show coming too as well. I wish I had a trailer for it. I don't want to take Ed's thunder. I want Ed to come on and tell us all about it. But yes, Variant Wrestling Realities is going to be debuting as part of OLE as well too, and I'm very much looking forward to that. That is a great concept show. And again, I don't want to take anything away from Ed, so I'm going to throw it back out there that Ed, once Ed is ready to let us know, I know you're on the YouTube there, Ed. Even if you want to hop on the screen right now, if you're still listening in, jump on in right now, and I can give you a couple minutes to explain what Variant Wrestling Realities is all about right here, right now, to everybody viewing. It would be a great opportunity. So if you want, hop on in, Ed. We'll give you a couple minutes to join us there. But yeah, just a lot of exciting things, Pop Smokes. We got that interview lined up after this for a brand new show. It's going to be centered around what we do. As many people know, we are part of the Prairie Pro Wrestling commentary team. The moniker, the Video Bros, came from us filming the shows at ringside as well, too. We got a new show we're going to be doing. We're going to be interviewing people from Prairie Pro about their matches that we have coming up. We missed out on it last week, but this week you can join us because it's going to be coming out this weekend. Here it comes. It's going to be the Bro Show. Yeah, that's the Bro Show. That is going to be coming up very soon. And our very first guest, of course, Cutthroat Colton Kelly, who has a big match coming up against Sheik Akbar Shabazz at the next Prairie Pro Wrestling show, Ring of Horrors. It is going to be fantastic. But as much as I like to start talking a little bit about it, you're going to have to wait until the Bro Show makes its debut so you can find out more about Colton Kelly and his championship match. That is coming up very soon. And yeah, PPW, yeah, Bro Show, I agree. Cheer it loud, cheer it proud. It's going to be awesome. We're doing that coming up here. Ed, I'm not sure if Ed's still with us there, so not sure if he's going to be able to come in and explain Variant Wrestling Realities. But Ed, if you get a chance, maybe Sunday, come in and hop in and talk all about Variant Wrestling Realities with myself and Parrish on Sunday on Busting Out as well. So we can get the word out there. But yes, Variant Wrestling Reality is going to be hosted by Ed Fries. Fantastic new show, and I can't wait for you to learn more about it. It is going to be a whopper of a show here on OLE and possibly a game changer as well, too. So very much. And again, I'm getting permission. Go ahead and spill everything. Okay. If you're giving me permission, Ed, I'm going forth with it. But Variant Wrestling Realities, hosted by our good friend Ed Fries right there, is going to be going on. This is going to be the what if of professional wrestling. So if you've ever tuned into Marvel's What If, very similar concept to that. Imagine if something in pro wrestling on the timeline changed entirely. Something didn't go the way that we all know it went. How is that going to change the course of professional wrestling moving forward? Does WCW end up winning the big war against the WWE as a result of some of the changes in the variants in pro wrestling? All those answers are going to be able to be found out with Variant Wrestling Realities, hosted by Ed Fries. That is going to be coming up very soon on OLE. It is going to be one awesome show. It's going to have a panel of different I want to say specialists, but I know I'm on the first episode, so I don't know about specialist is the right word exactly. But at least people who have watched wrestling once in their life will appear on this show. Some of them very, very much specialists.
Can I suggest a possible topic?
Oh, go throw it out there. Ed's listening.
Okay. This is just for fun, though. I don't think you guys are going to use this. But what if instead of, in 1982, instead of Hulk Hogan, Vince McMahon had picked Bushwhacker Luke to be his big pushed champion babyface?
That's not a bad one at all, Papa. I mean,
that would definitely have changed the business.
Definitely would have. In fact, Ed, I hope you're listening in because I think we've got an interesting challenge down on the table, and I think you've got a guest that wants to appear on said episode right there. So.
If I come on, I'll try and think of a better scenario.
And then with shout out to Cloud, if that happened, nobody would need an alternative to the WWE.
Yeah.
There you go. See, the fun and excitement of Variant Wrestling Realities is happening already, Papa Smokes. Ed, we're going to get to that show right away. I can't wait for it as well, too. So everybody make sure to go and, as I said before, follow OLE on Twitch and on all social media so you can find out about the host of new shows that are going to be coming out your way, everything that's going to be thrown at you. It's going to be fantastic. We're looking forward to it. It's a great opportunity. But Papa Smokes, in the meantime and in between time, that's going to be a wrap on Fusion this week. Why don't you tell the good folks where they can find you out there in the world of social land?
I am on Twitter, also known as Elon Musk's Free Speech Funland, and I am at smokes_papa. And on Twitch, I am at Papa _ Smokes _
That's where you can find Pop Smokes himself. Remember to check me out not only here, but on Busting Out on Sunday with my brunch buster brother, Chris Parrish. We have a lot of fun making sure we can get off the rails completely and never actually talk about the week in professional wrestling, but with good intentions. We tell you we're going to talk about the week in professional wrestling, but we have a good time nonetheless. It is a great time on Sunday, so join us there as well too. And look forward to the plethora of new great shows out there, including another one from a couple of friends of ours. Cody Defoe, Astrid are going to be coming at you later tonight with their show, Making an Impact, talking all about Impact Wrestling. I was able to catch a good half of the last week's episode there, Pop Smokes. They're doing wonderful work talking about our good friends over at Impact, and looking forward to episode 2 dropping tonight.
Yeah, I also listened to some good stuff. Quite good that Impact has a representative show on this on OLE, and Astrid and Cody Defoe seem to be the people to bring it to the rest of the masses.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. So tune into their show later tonight. We thank you once again for taking the time to tune in to Fusion with myself and with Papa Smokes. And again, we appreciate you too as well, Carl. Thanks, man, for dropping in. If you needed this, we're glad that we could fill that spot there for you, my friend. Always happy to hear that. But thank you, everybody, for taking the time on a Thursday night to join us here, to follow, to like, to sub, everything you do for us. We are blessed. We are thankful. We love every single one of you. And we want you all to have a wonderful evening. We'll see you soon.